Good evening, everyone. On the air with VA3EWV. On the air with VA3EWV Friday evening AllStar EchoLink net. That's a lot to say. We're going to get started here, getting everything up and running. Going to get our theme song up here in a second. And that's what we're going to be doing. Let me see. Now I got to get some volume on here because I don't hear anything. So, let's see if this works. So if that doesn't work, we're going to be in a pickle. I'm not hearing anything. Gotta get some audio going. So that's saying connected, but I don't see it on the sound. So that's going to be a problem. Well, let's see if I can do some troubleshooting right quick in this next 5 minutes. So let's see here. Go to the OEO sound here. Okay. But then one thing is another sometimes, folks. I have a new PC because my other one crashed and burned on me, so I'm just trying to get this thing up and running. Ready to pair. See if I can get the Bluetooth at least added or something. Let's see, audio devices. Okay, let's try that. Connected. Okay, let's see if we can hear something now. There. Okay. Now that I've fixed that. Oh, it's awesome. Let's pull this over. Let's make sure the volume's up. Yep, volume's up there. Volume's up there. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's get going. It's about 8 o'clock in 1 minute. We wouldn't want to start too early. Because if we start too early, we might have somebody say we start too early. Rob, good evening to you, Rob, there in Cornwall. So I hope my friend Pete got to get out here, VE3TOT. Hopefully he got connected today. We shall see. Oh, so it's 8 o'clock. Here we go. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor with the Friday evening AllStar EchoLink net. Is there any priority or emergency traffic? Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. I'll just do a radio check real quick. NX3F before I get started. How is the audio here? I have a new setup and stuff, and I'm not connected to the local repeater. I'm just on my machine tonight. How's the audio? Over.
Oh, the audio is excellent. Ernest, you sound really good at X3F.
Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Allen. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ernest. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Like I said, my name is Ernest. I am coming to you from Cornwall, Ontario, St. Andrews, West Ontario. Welcome to the Friday evening All-Star EchoLink net. We've been having this net going on for about 3 years. And if you're coming to us with EchoLink or All-Star and it's your first time and you're trying to get in and having problems, that's why this net is here. So don't run away. We'll get you up and running. So we're going to get started here in a second. This net is a little bit unique. It has 3 rounds of traffic. The first round of traffic is a topic. Tonight's topic is repeaters or simplex or both. You'll get to know what that's about in a second. The second round topic is what you're doing on the weekend. And the third round, I am actually using NetLogger there to put everybody's login. Make sure you have QRZ up because you may hear things and hear from people talking on the net. And this is the net that you can talk to the other people on the net, not just net control. So have pen and paper handy or the QRZ up and be ready to the crosstalk at the end of the net. So let's pause for a second, and then we'll start with short time check-ins, mobiles, and portables. Okay, so this is how we go. Before we get started, we do have repeaters connected. We have one connected in Spruce Grove, Alberta, VE6IDK. We also have DMR connections. We also have amateur wire connections in Hammond over IP. So with all that being said, that means that there is a bit of a lag. I just want you to know before we can get started. So what you want to do when you talk tonight, what you want to do is to press the mic, wait a couple of seconds, then start talking. If you don't do that, we won't hear your whole call sign. And for those of you that are coming on DMR, we won't hear you at all. I've already experienced that. So that's what we want. That's what we want to do. Okay. So when you come in with your name, your call sign, your QTH, how long you've been a ham, and then tonight's topic, if you want to talk about that or anything else, is when you're on. Do you use simplex a lot where you live, or do you use local repeaters? Okay. 1 second. Let me do one connection. We'll be right back.
Yeah, along with the 15 repeaters potentially, at any one given time, there's probably about 120 to 130 roughly hotspots connected. Okay, it doesn't always refresh itself in real time, so I can go and check, and it tells me the hotspots that it's seen in the last little while. But it's a pretty good indication of easily over 100 hotspots that are probably listening to us right now. VE9FC. Oh yeah, mine's one of them. Mine's connected directly to the line of upper Pearson. But right, I can go from 1, 2 or into the hotspot. But I figured until they can get the repeater, it's good.
VE9F.
Okay, folks, we were connecting that repeater, and it looks like there's traffic, so we just disconnected. But we'll keep on going. So again, when you come in with your call sign twice, your QTH, how long you've been ham, and the topic of tonight is, do you use simplex, do you use UHF, VHF repeaters, or do you use both? So we're going to do short time check-ins first. Please come now. Okay, anyone connected to any repeaters, because I can't see who you are on my screen. If there are any people connected to repeater that want to check in, or the amateur wire, etc., please come now. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor with the Friday evening All-Star EchoLink Net. Okay, no short-term check-ins. That's good with me. NX3F, how are you this evening? Come on in. Thank you, Mr. Allen. I'm glad you guys have some great weather over there. So tonight's topic, it's all about how you're connected. We are here in a community that has repeaters, and some people, some of my friends they're in clubs that don't have repeaters, and they use simplex. So I guess the topic tonight is, would you feel handicapped if you were at a club that did not have a repeater, or would you just talk simplex? So, Mr. Allen, you've been around for a while. Have you used simplex, to have nets? Simplex, I'm talking UHF, VHF, or do you only use repeaters? Over.
Okay, Ernest. Yeah, we use both simplex and repeaters. The net that I meet with on Sunday evenings in our area, they meet on a 10-meter band, and we used to have a 2-meter simplex net, but well, that's a different story. But anyways, both 2 meters. Simplex and repeaters doesn't really make a difference because the simplex is very interesting. Very interesting contacts you can make on simplex. Back to net control. This is NX3F.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Allen. Yeah, the reason we have that, we do have a repeater out of service. It has some technical issues right now, and our club is just always used to doing nets on repeaters, right? It's our main repeater, VE3SVC, and like I said, it's just temporary down. It's going to get back up shortly, but we have a Monday night net, and we don't have the repeater. So I'm like, what do we do, right? And forget that we all live in the same, like a little community. So instead of doing 146.580 or whatever, I think that's the natural call. No, 146.5 whatever 20. I think that's natural calling frequency. What we're going to do is I'm going to send out an email so everybody goes to 146.580, right? And then we're just going to try to have our net on simplex. I think it's going to be fun, because then we'll know who we can get a hold to. We might have to do some relays, which we never do, because people in my area that I know about, I've never heard a soul do a relay or anything like that, like I hear sometimes on these HF nets. So I think it'll be a little fun for us to do that, and also for people to get some simplex in their radios there. Okay, we'll pick it up again with your round 2 for that if you have any more. Next person I see on the list is Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Tango Golf. Come on in and let us know about your UHF, VHF, or simplex, or repeater, or simplex stories. Go ahead. Like I said, folks, we do have some people logging in for the first time, getting used to the equipment. That's an EchoLink contact, Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Tango Golf. So if you come back in there, you can get in where you can fit in. All right, I think we have AllStar out there, Mr. AllStar, which is our birthday boy. So let's all give AllStar a happy birthday to him. AllStar, have you ever had to do any nets on simplex, UHF, VHF? I'm not talking about HF. I know you're in a community with lots of repeaters. So have you guys ever done any simplex nets? Over to you.
VA3FHQ, yeah, we've done a couple nets, like after net activity. After our usual net on the weekend, we decided everybody would go over and try 6 meters and 10, and we all tried all the 2 meters, and we tried 70 centimeters, and the only thing we haven't tried is 1.25 meters yet, which would be cool. But we tried also 2 meters, and we did D-Star over it, which is really cool. Sounds really nice, and the audio quality is like really amazing because it's digital. So I don't know if you've ever done D-Star on 2 meters. That's really cool. Back to yours, VA3FHQ.
No, none of that cool stuff. And like that's the beautiful thing about this hobby. You can never there's just so much stuff to do. So yeah. AllStar, so we like I said, we hope you had a good happy birthday there. And that's a lot of stuff that you guys have done. So on HF and on the UHF VHF. So that's what I'm talking about. So can you just because remember I started this net because I'm not a very technical person, and I did this net so I can get help. And speaking of that, we do have the Helm Helpers net that's on Saturday nights at 8 o'clock. Excuse me. And I'm always hanging out there to get some more stuff. So I wanted to give a shout out to the Helm Helpers net. But anyway, what were some of the? Could you guys get a hold to everyone in the club? Did you guys have any problems talking on simplex? Did you have to do any relays? Anything like that you could share with me to help me prepare for Monday night? Over.
VA3FHQ, yeah, we had a couple challenges. The people that all live near me in the Stittsville Canada area, we could hear each other really good we were using both, and we could hear each other fairly good, but some people had issues depending where they were, based on elevation, and we have an iron core underneath where I am, so the signal sometimes will reflect, or we won't be able to hear some people, but it ended up something that we couldn't hear flicked on their 2-meter amplifier and bumped it up to 100 watts, and we could hear them fairly good. So depending on what you have in your area, you may be able to hear some people and not hear some people, but we ended up making it work because we all have Yagi antennas too, so that kind of helps us in cheating a little bit, running 50 watts out of a 4-element Yagi, so we could hear ourselves booming in real good when we switched from directional to that. But I don't know if you have a Yagi on your house yet, Ernest, for 2 meters or 7 centimeters. Back to you, Ernest.
Wow. That's something else. All the stuff you're telling me is just blowing me away. But I do remember something. And thank you all for this is why I have this net, just in case you want to know. It's for me to learn more things about ham radio. So I have talked to my friend VE3ARF. He has a Yagi on VHF. We live in Cornwall, and I went to what's called the West Island in Quebec. It's about an hour's drive away, and I was able to talk to him with no problem from Cornwall, Ontario to the West Island, and he had his beam pointed at me. Now the other guy that was in there, he had to keep going back and forth because one guy was turning in almost opposite direction. but I could hear his friend a little bit, but I could hear him really well. So I never thought I would have a need for a 2 meter, 70 centimeter Yagi or anything. And so now I'm thinking I'm going to go get one of those. And I have a rotor, like a light rotor. It's called a tail twister. I think that's going to be the next thing I'm going to get. See, that's why you have these conversations. Michelle, I'm going to go back up to you in a second there for that same stuff. Anyway, Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Tango Golf. You have any stories to tell us? Come on in. So I know that Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Tango Golf is on YouTube, and that reminds me, folks, I do have a YouTube channel. It's on the air with VA3EWV. We have about 700 members. We're trying to get more, so please like and subscribe. We have out there on the YouTube watching now, we have 6 people. We have Mike in Cornwall, Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Tango Golf. We have Mr. Jack out there, KG5FI, I think. We have Rob, VE3ARF. And yeah, that's who we have out there now. And yeah, that's who we have out there now. So let me just keep on moving down the line. Okay, one more call for KE2F Foxtrot Tango Golf before we move on. One more call.
Good evening, Ernest and Annette. This is Mike in Cornwall, New York, KE2FTG again. So you got me on the lock twice, and you took care of that. That's good. Beautiful day here in New York. Let's see, what was the first question? Yeah, I only tried Simplex for the first time a couple of weeks ago. I very much enjoyed it, but mostly I'm a repeater guy. I just don't hear too many people on Simplex. But I called out when I heard somebody, and we did a nice QSO. Back to net.
Yeah, that's just it. I found out, doing different stuff. There's a lot of people I was always on repeaters and local repeaters because I could not pass. I could not pass the test with enough points to get my HF privileges. So that left me talking on simplex. On local repeaters. And I travel to work. I have an hour commute, and that wasn't working out for me because I was always out of reach. And then I started reading about the national calling frequency. So I put that on the back of my car because I'll see antennas passing. So the fun thing was I'm going down the road and it says it has national calling frequency, UHF, right on the back of the car, national calling frequency, VHF, right on the back of the car on the window there. And I get horns blowing and people show me the microphone, and then we sit there and talk. For all those that are joining, we have a situation where one of our repeaters is on the blink. It's our main club repeater. And I was like, wow. Now, we do have a backup, but it's UHF. Doesn't have a lot of coverage. It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. I'm like, what would happen if our repeater site went down? We'd be lost. So what I'm going to do on Monday is we're going to go to our backup repeater and have our net, but also we're going to go to 146.580 and we're going to see who we can talk to on there. So that's going to be the plan. So I want to know what obstacles that we're having, that you guys are having, so I can be prepared. Okay, we'll break with you now. Thank you, Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Tango Golf. We've also talked to AllStar here already. Just trying to get it straightened up on my screen here. And the next person I see on my screen is VA3JIC. VA3JIC, come on in. So James is actually transmitting, folks, just to let you know. However, I can't hear when I see my screen blinking. So I'll let him know now. VA3JIC. I heard a little bit of a flutter there at the beginning. I saw my screen flashing the dark blue, right, to let me know someone's there, but we could not hear anything, no audio at all. Before I say that, I'm going to reach out to NX3F. NX3F, did you hear any of that transmission for James, or was it, or are we having the same experience? Over.
Yeah, right. We get the same experience. It sounded like there was a lot of a tremendous amount of packet loss on his him getting into the internet. So we had the same thing here too. Go ahead.
Okay, and well, he's just logged off, so he probably heard that. So I just want everybody to know that this is a safe place for all ham radio operators, young, old, anything, blah 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 blah. I created this net really for troubleshooting and for me learning. So if you're coming in and you're having problems, don't worry about it. That's why we're here. So for those of you that are here with me, I hope that you're here for the same reason. So we help everybody here. I see James has logged back in again. Let's try it again. VA3JIC.
All right, Ernest. Is that any better?
Oh, 100%, 100%, 100%. Come on in, James. Share with us your UHF, VHF, or simplex conversations. Go ahead.
All right, Ernest. Well, thanks so much. I was saying the club I belong to here, we used to have a net every day of the week, 7 days a week. And once a month, we used to do simplex on 2 meters and 70 centimeters. And it was really about who we could talk to and how far we could talk. So it worked out really well. And yes, we did do relays.
Oh, cool.
If we could not hear somebody or somebody could hear somebody. Well, however, and so, yeah, it did work out really well. And sometimes when the repeater went down, we actually ran our nets on simplex all the time.
Oh, see, there you go. Well, see, that's good. That's good. When we go again, you can tell about some of the challenges, because what's going to be probably hard for me is to get everybody on the frequency, because a lot of these radios, you know, we like mine, I have an Anytone DMR radio, and I don't know how to program it through the face on the fly, right? So anytime I go to put anything in simplex that's not already programmed in, that's a hardship, right? So I'm going to send an email out saying what simplex frequency we're going to have. I'm going to also try to make sure that everybody puts in the national calling frequency for both UHF and VHF. If they want to do that, they can, and that'll be kind of nice. Never force anybody to do anything, but it kind of be cool to at least have the national calling frequencies in there. And AllStar, for you, I got to do national calling frequency. I called out for POTA in Ottawa, and I got VE3OTW on 220. And got him in the log on national calling frequency for 220. How about that? Thank you so much, James. We're going to pick you up in a little bit here as we go down the list. The next person I have, well, we have repeaters connected. So anybody on any of the local repeaters that are wishing to check in, please come on in. Okay, nothing heard. Also, James, I was going to connect to that DMR node there, but it sounded like they had traffic on there, so I had to disconnect. Anyway, it'll be good to have that connected later on there. All right, the next person I have on the list here that I see is Kilo Charlie 9, India Papa Papa. Kilo Charlie 9, India Papa Papa. Kilo Charlie 9, India Papa Papa says mini repeater in Westfield, Indiana. You had about the same situation that the James had before you. I see it's turning dark blue on and off, but then I don't hear anything. We don't hear anything. So it could be my connection. I don't know. Like I said, I usually connect to a local repeater that's no longer in service. VE3 PGC is no longer in service, and it had an AllStar link on it. And I see that that's connected now. VE3 PGC, it says Simplex Cornwall. So I used to connect to that one to have the local folks connect to that. So the person that was trying to go in, you were coming in and out. So try to come back in again. Kilo Charlie 9, India Papa Papa. Okay, Kilo Charlie 9, India Papa Papa. Like I said, this is the place to be to do your troubleshooting and stuff like that. We don't hear any audio coming from you. We do hear it popping in. It says Kilo Charlie 9, India Papa Papa, mini repeater, Westfield, Indiana. So just so you know that we actually see you out there. We know you're keying up and stuff like that, but we can't hear you. So we'll try again later. Okay, we'll break with you and let you try again in a few minutes. Maybe you can disconnect and reconnect and see if that sorts things out for you. In the meantime, we're going to break with you to let you reconnect, and we're going to pick it up with Kilo Charlie 8, Tango Charlie Golf. Kilo Charlie 8, Tango Charlie Golf. Welcome to the Friday evening AllStar EchoLink. My name is Ernest, and call sign is Victor Alpha 3. Echo Whiskey Victor. Go ahead.
Hello, Ernest and Annette. This is Donna, KC8TCG from Fleming, Ohio. I made it on time tonight. And as far as the Simplex, we use that around our property. We own 66 acres here, and we use Simplex around the house. Most of the time, I'm on repeaters. KC8TCG, back to net control.
Kilo Charlie 8, Tango Charlie Golf. Thanks for being out there. Yeah, so you made it. I'm happy to hear. Folks, this is our newest fan of the station here coming in. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been a ham, this and that? There's a lot of new people here tonight. So just a little short introduction about yourself and things like that. Back over to you.
Yeah, sure. I've been a ham since 1999. I got search and rescue canine group. Always had a fascination with shortwave as a kid. And now it's a hobby for me. I'm not retired yet. I'm still working, so I just sort of dabble in it when I can. But most of the time when I'm on my regular radios and not on EchoLink, it's mostly repeaters. That control, back to you.
Roger, Roger. Well, thank you for that, for the introduction. So yes, I use Simplex a lot on my journeys back and forth from Cornwall, Ontario, or St. Andrews, where I live, to Ottawa, and it took me a little bit of getting used to because I was right on repeaters. Well, I was on EchoLink AllStar first, then I was on repeaters second, and I stayed on repeaters a lot and back and forth with that and AllStar. And then I started. We went to an Aries training, and a friend of mine. It used to be VE3EWV. I know he has a new call sign now, but he moved. And I saw 146.5, whatever, 520 or whatever on the back of his car, and those old mailbox letters, that are slanted to the side there, that reflect. And I was like, what's that? And he's like, it's the national calling frequency, right? I was like, oh, what do you do with that? And he told me, right? And I was like, I'm going to do that. So on my car now, I have that across the back of the car. And like I said earlier, you're going down the highway there, and I have friends now that we pass each other, pass each other on the road there, and we talk on Simplex all the time. So what I'm going to be trying to do is get our local club to use Simplex, get them in the habit of doing it, right? Because if there's something that happens where we lose repeaters with a storm or something like that, I want us to be able to go straight to Simplex and never miss a beat. With me, I had to go into my computer and log it and program it into my radio. So I want to make sure that the next radio I get, I can just log it in straight on the screen. Thanks for being out there. Miss Casey 8 Tango Golf Charlie. Tango Charlie Golf. I'll break with you now and we'll pick it up with my friend Jack, KG5FI. Go ahead.
Good evening, Internet. And first of all, I'd like to say happy birthday to AllStar. Hope he has many more. I lived in Sunset, Texas, in the woods, really out in the country, and been a ham since 1983. And our local club, we have a 2-meter repeater that we use quite often, mainly for some weather reporting when we have storms. But we have a 2-meter net weekly, and we also have Simplex net. In fact, it's tomorrow morning, every Saturday morning, we have a Simplex net, and that would be our backup in case a storm happens to knock out power or something corrupts our 2-meter rig, and when we communicate with storms coming in. So the Simplex works out really well. KG5FI, back to net.
Roger, KG5FI. Thanks for letting me know about that. So we've heard AllStar talking about Simplex being on 2-meter, 70 centimeter, and people turning on their amplifiers. And I was like, what? Amplifiers for VHF, UHF? Thought they were only for HF. Again, that's why I have this net so I can learn about different things. So that was interesting. Also having the Yagi antennas and stuff like that. You guys using it as backup. And see, that's the thing. I think a year or so ago, folks, our repeater site down the road from my house, there was not like a big ice storm of 1975 or nothing like that, but we had a tree that went down across the street, not across the street, but across the path or road to get to the repeater. Well, they have a propane tank that has a backup generator, right? It's done by propane, but the truck can't get to it. So I'm going to try to prepare my club there at Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club that if, power goes out or something that happens like that, and we don't have access or there's no power at the tower, right? The radio's not running, that we need to be on Simplex and just switch over to like it's night and day. So I'm going to start that. And we're going to come back for another round to see what challenges you guys had, because that's what I want to prepare myself for Monday. Thank you so much. Okay, VE3TOT, been waiting patiently there. Come on in, Pete. How are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then about Simplex and repeater stories. Go ahead. Peter phoned me today and is just getting used to EchoLink for the first time there, or second time. Pete, VE3TOT, if you're still out there, try to get connected there. Go ahead. Okay, so Pete is connected there, so that's good. But we'll see if he can get started out there in a second. Let's pick it up now with Whiskey Delta 4, Sierra Romeo Charlie. Come on in.
Whiskey Delta 4, Sierra Romeo Charlie. Steve, Southeastern Kentucky. Good evening, Ernest. Good evening, everybody on the net. And yes, I'd like to say happy birthday to AllStar, too. Young man, I hope you have many, many more to come. Good birthdays, I know you will. I've been a licensed ham operator all of
did primarily CB radios in my younger days, and kind of left it when I became an adult. As I got old and retired, I got the itch to get back, and so earlier this year I didn't get the license. And as far as simplex, I'm primarily, I would say, on simplex. I live in a very rural area. We don't have any clubs that are very close by where I live. Although the locals do have a 2-meter check-in on Thursday nights, and there's some interesting nets that I have been able to hook up with. But primarily, it's been simplex. Right now, I'm in the learning mode, and I think that, like somebody else said, it's best to sit back and listen, and that's what we're doing. So back to that.
Roger. Thanks for that. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that too. We get used to the same thing all the time, and when we have to change, like it's whatever. I know that when I first came to the State Valley Amateur Radio Club, they let me borrow, I think it was a Yaesu dual band radio, and anyway, it was a dual band radio, and you could just dial in the frequency, right? So that was awesome. On the DMR radio I have, that's not an option, right? And it's a 1-inch by 1-inch screen. So I would never dare go riding down the road and trying to do that through the faceplate. So I programmed in the national calling frequency for UHF VHF 220. Then I did the national calling frequency on my HF rigs. I did all those on all frequencies. I did that. So you can be prepared. You never know, right? And then, since I know that the calling frequency is not for rag-chew, then I went and made a rag-chew frequency and programmed that in. So I'll tell people, hey, look, I'm here. And that's worked out for me pretty well. Okay, so let's see where we're at now. We're almost at the bottom of the list there, and I've lost my screen here. We have VE3PGC connected. VE3PGC, I don't know who's there, but I recognize the call sign. Go ahead. Okay, nothing heard on that. So we're at the bottom of the list. There were several people trying to get in. So we're going to open up the net right now before we go to our second round. Our second round of anything that you want to add. But anybody that we have missed, we do have several things connected. Anybody we have missed, please come on in with your call sign, your QTH, your name, how long you've been a ham. Go ahead. Okay, the good news, I didn't miss anybody. Let's see if we can get Kilo Charlie 9 India Papa back on, because I don't think we ever got to hear from you. I think you may have been having some technical difficulties. Can you try again to get in?
Yes, this is KC99PP. How am I coming in now?
Oh, you're sounding really good, really good. Come on in. And how are you this evening?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, actually, I'm using when you noted that it said mini repeater, AllStar Node. It is actually a mini repeater, but I had a little antenna issue there. So I got it solved. But I'm located in Westfield, Indiana, Indianapolis area. I do use repeaters, maybe, 20% of the time, local repeaters here around Indianapolis, and then 5% of the time I'm usually hanging out on the AllStar Link system somewhere. I've been a ham for 20 years.
Roger. Thank you for saying. So what is a mini repeater? Like I said, I'm fairly new. Got my license and I can't see the picture because it's dark in there, but I think I've been licensed for about 4 years, right? Like I said, I had a lot of struggles with the knowledge and stuff like that, but I really wanted to do it, so I just kept going until I could pass. But what is a mini repeater? Over.
online and see them. Hotspotradios.com. So they make AllStar nodes. Mine, I'm using as an AllStar node. It's a 70 centimeter repeater. It has a TX and an RX module in the node. And I'm running ASL3 or AllStar Link 3. And then I'm using AllScan in order to control my node. So yeah, it's essentially just a little 70 centimeter duplex repeater that you can connect to the AllStar Link, and then I can and transmit simultaneously, though, just like a real repeater operates. Over.
Wow. See, that's why I do this. So it's on the screen, people. USB duplex repeater hotspot radio. Introducing the world's first analog duplex repeater hotspot for AllStar LEDs, blah, blah, blah. Heartbeat uses whatever, all this other stuff. Use interface for running, computer running AllStar Link. Comes with a 3-foot cable. Hey, so, okay, well, maybe we should save this for James. James, everybody, he's here, VA3GIC. Every Saturday night at 8 o'clock, he runs a ham helpers net. So I'm going to be definitely asking about this probably tomorrow. But this is not the technical net, just so you know. The ham helpers net is the technical net. So I know you said it runs like a repeater. So be patient, everybody. This is a learning thing for me. Can you connect this to like external antennas or something, or is this just for in-home use and around your property? Over.
More for in-home use and around the property. If you look on the photo there on the website you're on, you see it has two small antennas. They can interfere with each other, which was what was happening earlier when I was having those technical difficulties. So I hooked those up to two external antennas, and I have them separated about 15 feet apart from each other, and that solves the problem. It puts out on the transmit side, the repeater, about 1 watt of power.
Okay, so you have these connected externally, like two external antennas connected to these spots, to these two. So you took these off and connected to external. So if you're around your house or around your community, you can still hit your this little repeater, like from down the street, right?
That is correct. I haven't tested the exact distance, but I like to sit outside of my patio and work the AllStar Link system, and it works very well in that scenario.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to definitely look at some videos on that. Okay, so far tonight, thank you for that. So we have KC9, India Papa, Whiskey Delta 4, Sierra Romeo Charlie, KG5FI, Kilo Charlie 8, Tango Charlie Golf. We have the VE3 PGC node connected. Looks like the AllStar node connected. It says Simplex Cornwall. We have NX3F connected. KE2 Foxtrot Tango Golf. We have the amateur wire connected here. We have VE690K repeater out of Spruce Grove. We have VE3TOT connected. We haven't heard from Pete. And we have VA3GIC James. VE3TOT, could you try to connect? Go ahead. Like I said, folks, at the top of the hour there, and for all you guys that are, ladies and gentlemen that are starting, my name is Ernest Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. I'm from St. Andrews, West Ontario. Been a ham for going on 4 years now. Love the hobby. I'm president of Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club. We have lots of fun there at that club. And what I'm doing now, we have a repeater that is down, but momentarily. And we do have a backup repeater that's UHF. And I was like, wait a minute, if something goes down and we lose power and we have nothing, what can we do? So on our Monday night net, I'm going to send out an email, make sure that the club has it, and say, hey, please program into your radios 146.580. right? Simplex. And then we'll see if we could do, we'll do our repeater that's up and running now. We'll hit that. Then we'll go to our simplex and do that. And then from there, just to let everybody know, every Monday night, we do 6 meters in our club. We do the 6 meter portion after net. It's always around about 7:30 at night, Eastern. So we do 50.180 upper side band. We're there for about 15 minutes, getting check-ins. Usually have between 6 and 8 people. Then we go to FM 52.525, 52.525, and we try to check in there. I'm going to try to have the webmaster put that on our website too, to let people go. So that's at svarc.ca, svarc.ca. I'll try to have him put that up there, and then you guys can probably try to hit us on 6 meters where you're coming from. Okay, anybody that has not checked in, that wishes to check in now, please come on in before we go to our second round. VE3ARF. I thought I'd never hear that. Rob, come on in, my friend Rob. He's the one that does did my theme song for me, folks. The Big East Friday Night Net. Pull up a chair, we won't forget. Go ahead, Rob. Any stories about? Yeah, I was talking about me talking to you to West Island. Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, Ernest, and everyone on the net. No, I'm just playing around here with the beam. I was swinging my antenna around, and I managed to find you on your AllStar channel here, Ernest. I can hear you well on the radio here. Usually I'm just listening along on YouTube. Another local ham said, could I hear you? And I said, well, I'm going to tune around. And when I turned the dial, I found you on AllStar. So thought I'd check in just to test it out. And you're sounding great. I'm hearing everybody very well. So I'll turn it back to you, Ernest. This is the VA3EWV, over.
Hey, man, that's awesome. I need to, because I'm on I'm on 443.5, excuse me, 443.750, 443.750. So yeah, I'm going to make sure that I let people know they can go to 443.750 if they can hit it, right? Because you're just down the street from me, but you're turned with your beam, so that's awesome. And you're just talking, and I have just so everybody knows, I had some interference with my AllStar node last year. Mr. Allen, he's here to attest to that. So I had to get the node out of the shack. So I kept moving it around, and I still was having problems. And then I moved it all the way to the basement, to the opposite side of the house. And it only has a little 1-inch antenna like you see on the screen here that's showing with this duplex repeater, hotspot duplex thing. And it just has a little tiny antenna on it. And it's been working out at the other side of the house in the basement there. And Rob is hitting it. And I don't know how many watts that is, but that's pretty good that I'm putting out to you. And you're hearing me and hearing that. That's pretty awesome. Okay, well, hey, thank you for checking in. Any other folks that can hear me locally on 443.750? You know, I have an extra Diamond X50 antenna that I got at the last Hamfest, and it's just sitting right in the living room against, well, not in the living room, as when you come into the house, just sitting up against the door with a 50-foot piece of coax attached to it. I think I know what I'm doing this weekend. I got a 3-section piece of tower or two. I think I'm just going to put that Diamond X50 up there and put my little antenna and connect it to that. There we go, and tell everybody the frequency. Okay, we've made it to the bottom of the list. Let's go back and do our round twos. So on the top, well, we'll just start with you, Rob, because I actually had you on top. What's your plans for the weekend? Over.
Okay, me again, VA3EWV. Well, I'm hoping that this on-again, off-again rain will hold off a little bit so I can get my grass cutting. I remember we had this German exchange student come over, and of course his English wasn't the best, but he called it motograssing. I've never forgot that. So I'm going to go out motograssing on the weekend. It makes it sound like a sport, but it's just pushing a lot more around the lawn. So anyway, that's about it for me, Ernest. A little more yard work and stuff, just to putter around the back garden. So back to you, VA3EWV.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks for coming in. Next time I'll ask you some things, because I was like I was saying to everybody here tonight, We do have our main repeater V3SVC. It's down. It will be back up shortly, but it's down for now. We do have a backup repeater that's UHF. But I was like, if something happened to the repeaters, could I get everybody on and say get on simplex? And how hard would that be? So that's what I want to hear, some of the things that you guys have been trying, or if you do use simplex a lot and you do, I forgot what else, relays, things like that. I would love to hear about all that. Rob, you and I talked. I'm not going to keep you, but I went to West Island and was talking to you. I think it was about an hour's drive away. What's the furthest that you've talked to someone on simplex, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh boy, that's a good one. I won't count inversions because there's certain tropospheric conditions that sometimes happen, right? And then you can really talk. It's almost like DXing. But back in my early days of 2 meters, my beam was a 13B2. I had a 17B2. So these were very large array antennas. And from here, a couple hundred, 200-300 miles, making connections. I used to have a regular sked with a fellow up in Ottawa from Cornwall, who I spoke to almost on a daily basis. So, yeah, it's a good distance. It's a couple hundred miles if you have a very long horizontal or polarized, beam to beam situation. So you can do quite well on 2 meters. But I shorten the antenna down. It's only a 5-element interlaced. It does 5 on 2 meters and 5 on 70 centimeters, and because I needed antenna space, and that does quite well. I can like I talked to you when you were in Montreal, and like you said, you were about an hour's drive away, and I still was making contact with you. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, look, thank you so much, Rob, for sharing that, because I'm thinking, wow, we need a repeater to talk to each other. You just need the right equipment, I guess. So I've seen those 2 meter Yagis at most of these hamfests and just walk by them. So I think I'm going to be picking one up, because that'll be good for me to put on I already have a sharp hole and everything. That'll go good on the little 12 twister I have. I'm going to try to get me a UHF VHF Yagi and put that on there. Thanks so much. Okay, here we go. NX3F, your turn. What's going on with you for the weekend? Do you have more to add with the simplex issue? Go ahead, or the simplex topic.
Yeah, okay, Ernest, NX3F. Yeah, I was first question. I was wondering why we couldn't hear Rob. Why couldn't copy Rob? Couldn't hear him coming. Couldn't hear him at all. I don't know why. I don't know how you're talking to him. I don't know if he's accessing your AllStar Node from your basement or what. I'm not sure. Anyways, I want to add to the 2 meter the 2 meter distance thing. Where we live, I've worked out 40 to 50 miles for the omnidirectional antenna on 2 meters in simplex. Then, of course, I had built a 3-element quad, and on sideband, I had worked a couple hundred miles on sideband when the band was open, but normally about 70 or 80 miles on sideband. 2 meters, throw that in there. Probably going to cut the grass tomorrow and help Mrs. around here, and that's probably going to be about it. NX3F.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for the extra information, and thanks for helping around the house too. Hey, to answer your question, Rob is in town. I'm broadcasting or whatever on 443.750. It's a simplex. I have a simplex node, right? Not a duplex node, like as seen on the TV screen there that I had up there. So I think that's all I need. Rob is hearing me, and I'm talking to him here in the city of Cornwall, Saint. He's about a 10-minute drive up the road from me. So you guys didn't hear him, but I could hear him coming into my node there on simplex there. So that's what was happening there. That's pretty cool. All right, NX3F, thanks so much. Let's see who's next on the list here. VA3EWV-FHU, go ahead.
VA3FHQ, yeah,
dipole, I'm going to be able to make it into a beam while doing PODA. So I'll be able to do a beam with PODA on 80 all the way down to 2 meters on it. So it'll be pretty cool to try out. So maybe when I get a build, I'll have to let you know, and we'll have to do a PODA with a portable beam. Back to you, Ernest.
Hey, I'm there. Hey, I'm there all day, every day, and I have a trailer with a 30-foot tilt-over telescopic antenna with a rotor on it, so I can pull up on the site there. We'll just attach it to the top, and away we go. That'll be awesome. All right, thank you so much, Al. So we'll break with you now and pick it up with Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Tango Golf.
Hello to the net. This is KE2FTG, Mike, again from Cornwall, New York. So I guess we're doing weekend plans. I'm trying to sell my house so I can move near Boston. And so that's all underway, and it's been a lot of work downsizing the house, emptying it out,
I can imagine.
Preparing things. We've been here 40 years, so there's plenty to do. And I've been plenty busy, and in fact, I'm pretty darn tired tonight, so I'm glad to just be listening to you folks. Back to you, Ernest, and the net 73.
Thank you so much for being here with us. When you said that, that's a big task. You know, it is. I was just getting I was just emptying my shack because my daughter's coming to visit me from Missouri. So she's going to be here on Saturday. And just to get the shack emptied out, to put a bed up in here for her, so when she's here, that took a time. I can imagine trying to get the house downsized. You know what? We're going to throw some well wishes your way and some blessings your way that you get that house sold. That's for doggone sure. That's right. So you can get to Boston there. All right, we'll break with you there, and we'll pick it up with James. Like I said, folks, James has the Ham Helpers Net. James, come on in. What's going on with you, and what's going on with you tomorrow there? VA3JIC.
Well, hi, Ernest again, and everybody on the net. Well, tomorrow, just going to carry on with my plans I started tonight. Just getting that summer thing going, and well, obviously my net there tomorrow night. So I will post my new advertisement on your Facebook later on tonight, Ernest. It's been a very busy day. Had a doctor's appointment with a heart doctor, and all those fun things in life. So just sit back, enjoying the quiet as we can. Back over to you, Ernest.
Roger. Yep, we'll be looking for it. Yeah, send us the new stuff, put it on the site, and things like that. That'll be good. We'll get you get that posted out right quick. And I know you don't have your other stuff up there yet, but let me just go find it. I'm looking for the link. Just give me 1 second, folks. Let me look for the link. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Found the link, and I'm going to read off some of the ways you can connect to them. Like I said, same time. I will be my link will be up. My AllStar Node will be up. Just to let you know. So here we go. You can connect with him through EchoLink. Oh, let me put it up here on the screen. Before I do that, James, are all the connections still valid? Over.
I believe they are. I have not heard anything different. So I believe all the connections are still valid. Some people there do not have the hams over IP anymore, but that is still a valid connection.
Okay, folks. So straight off the gate, you have EchoLink 483-331. You have AllStar 66422. Hamels IP. And can we change that on the screen? Go ahead, please.
And I have my but anyway, weekend plans.
tomorrow morning, the hubby and I are really good kitchen there. And then hopefully we're going to be back home to spend the weekend, the rest of the weekend on the ranch here. And we've got a camper, need to do a little work in it to get ready for camping season. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend here in Ohio, southeastern Ohio. So after 7 days of rain, we are looking forward to it. And I will turn it back over to you, Ernest, KC8TCG.
KC8TCG the net, Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor returning. This is the AllStar EchoLink Friday evening net. We're at the top of the hour, folks. We're almost finished, so just stay tuned. We have Kilo Oscar 4 Lima that just joined us. Kilo Oscar 4 Lima, welcome to the Friday night net, the AllStar EchoLink Friday night net. And just to let you guys know, I have reached out to AllStar there, VA3FHQ, and James, VA3JIC, to be backups for the Friday evening AllStar EchoLink net. I've been blessed to be here every Friday for like 4 years, but it's been kind of iffy on some of the Fridays, right? And the best thing about it is, if you still have internet anywhere or cell, you can do it. But sometimes you have to do stuff with family and friends. So if you ever get to this net and you hear another voice like James or AllStar, you're still in the right place. Kilo Oscar 4 Lima, good evening and welcome to the net. If you can come in with your name, call sign, QTH, how long you been to ham, and we'll go from there. Go ahead.
Good evening, VA3EWV in the group. This is Kilo Oscar 4 Lima. Name is Lloyd. I'm located in South Carolina, on the east side of South Carolina. That's actually people. And everything's going well here, brother. Leslie, I forgot what you asked me, but I'll get it on the next time around. But we're doing good here, and ham radio-wise, we've been keeping busy, just trying to get a few APRS projects out of the way. And one of them is putting a weather station that broadcasts on APRS here locally. And finally got all the kinks figured out, now I just need to put it together and put it up. And other than that, my friend, I'm doing well. This is my first time checking into your guest on Friday night. And after doing it for 4 years, I feel disappointed that I did not pick up on that earlier. So got to charge it to my head, not to my heart, brother. I support you in everything you're doing on that end. But with that, I'll turn it back to you. And if there was a question of the day of the night, just let me know and I'll respond to that. KO4L.
Yeah, thanks so much for that. And thanks for the support, KO4L. And yeah, I've been live streaming it too. So just let everybody know this is live streamed. I've only had a couple of issues, with some computer failures and whatever. So there are a couple missing there, but you can always go back and watch those. Our topic tonight was using, like in your area, do you have repeaters? That's what my original question was this. We have repeaters in our area. There are friends that I have that don't have repeaters, but they still have nets. And I was like, oh, because I was always thinking that you had to have nets, you had to have repeaters. So we have a repeater that's on the blink right now, our main repeater for our club, Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club, VE3SVC. It's just a temporary down, but we do have a repeater. But I was like, maybe I need to get the folks into Simplex and have them. So on our Monday night net that's coming up, I'm going to try to get everybody 6.580, just right down the street from the national calling frequency, and see if we can make sure that everybody in our area has at least the national calling frequency and a rag chew open. So if all heck breaks loose, right, we can just do that. I know a lot of the experienced hams out there probably just say, well, yeah, that's what you always do. But I started this net. I did struggle a lot trying to get my license. I've learned a lot because I learned by doing stuff. So we're going to try that on Monday night, trying to do Simplex. So I was wanting to know, I know this is pretty lengthy, but I was wanting to know if you had ever had any nets on Simplex, what were some of the challenges, things like that. And then after that, you can just tell us what you're doing for the weekend, and you'll be wrapped up. Back over to you, K04 Lima.
All right, yes, and rating club, but I did not know CW. Did not know Morse, and did not do any CW. I was strictly a VHF, UHF guy. Always got the technician, and I figured the code just gonna keep my tail, so I never even looked at code. But then I found a way to do it using I think it's called before the FCC here in the United States ended the code and went to no code for general and no code for extra. So I became a coded general. So I have a no code general as the KNOW code general back in it was 13 years after I got it, so it was well after that. But right now I'm an extra class and been doing it. But then I ended up getting a job that took me into professional public safety radio, and so I ended up doing RF all day long for about 20 years.
Well, there you go.
Other than that, now the second part of your question was with the simplex. We discovered that we get great coverage on simplex here in this part of South Carolina because it's flat. We don't have any hills, have any mountains. We're pretty much flat. So we were actually astonished at how much range we had on our rooftop and very little simplex on VHF. And another wise thing that we figured out was that UHF has its advantages at times. So we've been, putting UHF machines up, both analog and digital, in the area, and now we're probably Peter Rich, and finding a conversation actually gets to be kind of tough every now and then because there's so many repeaters that people hang out on. With that, my friend, I'm going to turn it back to you, and if there's anything else, let me know, but my pleasure to be here, Ernest, and to talk to you and listen to the others here on the net tonight. This is KO4L.
KO4L in the group, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. Hey, look, I'm telling you, I do this net. Like I said, you're just joining, but I started this net because I did not have enough points to ever get my HF. So I was just on local repeater. Wasn't a lot of traffic out there. I wanted to, see what was out there. So I got my cell phone. Somebody told me to download the EchoLink. So that got me outside of my town, outside of Cornwall, Ontario. Then my first paid for radio was my Anytone DMR radio, and that got me out in the world, right? So I was like, oh, I'm ready to go now. I'm unstoppable. I got AllStar, I got EchoLink, I got DMR. I'm ready to roll. And finally, people said to me, hey, when you probably get your HF, you're going to probably not do any of that other stuff. But so I did get HF, and I do nets though, but they were always on repeaters. So, but now we're going to try, to do a portion of our net on Monday night with my club there. Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club where I'm president. We're going to try to get some of the simplex going and do that there. So that's awesome. Good to hear from you. And look, since I'm putting ticks by the people's names that talked about the experience, because if you're on QRZ, you will be getting an email from me. Just let you know ahead of time. Thank you. Okay, we got a hold of James. KC9 India Papa. Any final messages from you? Go ahead. Okay, next one up on the list is Kilo Charlie 8 Tango Charlie Golf. Go ahead. Oh no, we already got you, Mr. Jack. KG5F5, you still out there?
Yes, Ernest, this is KG5FI. Both days of the weekend, I plan on doing POTA at one or two of my favorite parks, but not the entire day. I'll have to come home, and I've got some chores to do in the yard for both of those days too, but I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to get out.
Amen on that.
And Alistair's comment about the alpha antenna, that he's going to try to make that portable beam I'm interested in. We're having a large hamfest in Dallas on June 19th and 20th. The alpha antenna is going to be there, so I'll make sure I'll visit their booth. But other than that, chores at the house and definitely POTA, because it looks like we'll have good weather each day of the weekend. KG5F5, send that back to net. Thanks for running it.
I sure do appreciate it. And see, remember I said the third round, this net has gone a little bit over, but I just want to let everybody know that visits this net. We have 3 rounds of traffic. First round is a topic. It's been a good topic tonight. Second round is what you're doing for the weekend because I'm nosy. I'm just putting it out there. Third round is if you have met someone here tonight. That's why I said have pen and paper so you can get those call signs down. That way you can go to the QRZ and hook up that way. But you also can connect and ask a couple questions here tonight at the end of the net. So keep that in mind. Okay, we'll break with you now, Mr. Jack there. We'll pick it up with Pete, VE3TOT. Okay, after that is Whiskey Delta 4, Sierra Romeo Charlie.
WD4, SRC. Not a whole lot planned for the weekend, Ernest. My wife has a little crafty hobby that she does, so I spend a lot of time on this radio. I was able to get my chores done this week of mowing the property that we have here in Kentucky. And like the person there in Ohio said, the weather's supposed to be absolutely beautiful this weekend. So I'm going to spend tomorrow with my wife and go get some of her little hobby supplies. There's not much in my area, so we get to make a little short trip out of town. And other than that, I'll send it back to you. Send me threes, and hope you and everybody else has a great weekend. WD4 SRC.
WD4 SRC in the net. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. That's funny. My wife, she does craft fairs. Got hooked on going to hands, and she makes all of my radio stuff. You know, if you go to my Facebook group, you'll see the little shirts and hats and this and that she makes for me there. So yeah, she does that. So I'm going to one of her craft fairs tomorrow in the morning. Then we pick up our daughter from the airport, and she's going to be here for the rest of the week. And Sunday, she's just going to be in the house by herself because we have a ham fest to go to. My wife has a booth at the ham fest, and we'll be making hats and shirts on the spot there and things like that. So yeah, sassy designs. Check it out. Okay, let's see. Anybody on the VE6 IDK repeater or anybody else that has not had their second round, please come in now. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Okay, nothing heard. So we're going to be closing the net down. But what we always do, we do have a YouTube channel, like I said. So if you guys want to think about liking and subscribing, that is On the Air with VA3EWV. You can definitely go there. Go to my website there. I'm pulling it up on the screen so you can see it. It says On the Air with VA3EWV. We have 722 subscribers, 451 videos. We do have what's called a playlist. So if you go to the playlist there, you'll see all the fun things I do. So POTA, LOTA, Lighthouses on the Air, historical sites on the air, having fun in the shack with the nets, different things like that. FT8, working FT8, Slow Scan TV. That's just, and I haven't even scratched the surface. But we also have a Big E's Beats section. Big E's Beats. And that's where we're going to go to now after the net, if you can make it. So we have lots of songs up there, and people were talking about POTA today. So we have some friends of mine that's going to be doing POTA 2 at the club up the street. So I'm going to play Park to Park tonight. That's going to be one of our songs tonight. So if you guys can head over to YouTube, go to On the Air with VA3EWV, or just type in VA3EWV, look for it there. And we'll give you a couple of seconds to get over there, and we're going to do Park to Park song first. I want to thank each and every one of you for being out there supporting me and my journey in ham radio, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next week, On the Air of VA3EWV, we're going to be clear. Any final comments, please come now, though.
Recheck.
Okay, James with the recheck. Go ahead, James.
Ernest, I just want to let you know I just posted the new advertisement on your Facebook, sir.
Roger. I'm going there now, and then I'll pin it for you there. So, folks, we'll be here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Ooh, wow, this looks nice. This is fancy. Let's get that up on the screen there. Wow, hey, man, that looks good. Ham Helper's Net, Ham Helping Hams, will take place 8 p.m. Eastern every Saturday. EchoLink, AllStar, Hams over IP, we got it going on. Amateur Wire, that's awesome. Man, that looks good. Wow, okay. All right, so we'll see you on that. Hey, the person that was talking to AllStar about that, AllStar, if you're still here, make sure you guys connect. Do you remember who that was, AllStar, that was saying they wanted to speak to you about the antenna? Over.
VA3FHQ, yes. I'll wait till after that. But also note if anybody wants to get a QSL card and from a historical Canadian station, feel free to look up CHU time station and send that QSL card because I think it's June the 21st. It's shutting down and it's going to be broadcasting its last transmission after 105 years on the air. Back to you, Ernest.
Roger, Roger. Here we go on the screen. Charlie Hotel Uniform radio station. CHU is a call sign of a shortwave time signal radio station operated by the Institute of National Measurement Standards of the National Research Council. And like he said, it says here, sadly, the National Research Council has announced that the station will close June 22nd, 2026. So radio time signals allowed. Yeah, so it's all there, folks. Go check out the history on that and try to get them into the log there for sure. So there you go. Thank you for sharing that with us, Alistair. Anyone else with any final comments before we go to our park to park song? Any final comments? Okay, with that, Alistair, I'll leave it so you can contact your new friend here to talk about that. And everybody else, we are going to QSY to the YouTube channel, and then I'll play 2 songs. It's going to be Park to Park is one of them. Radio Games is going to be the other one. So we'll see you there. This is Victor Alpha 3 at Whiskey Victor, thanking each and every one of you for being out there to support. And have a great rest of your weekend. 7-3. Okay, folks. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. You know, okay, I'm going to do we're going to get the springtime bounce. And I had to find some time, people. Wow. I got to find some time to get my springtime bounce. I got half of it done. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and
VA3FHQ monitoring.
what I'll do now, I'll go ahead and bring the park to park up, and then I'll bring up the springtime bounce there. Here we go. Let's see. solo. Let's go. Okay, so that was our Park to Park song. And we're gonna, oh yeah, so we're gonna hit them with the springtime bounce. I'm actually building that in Canva right now. So to have it where the words will come across the screen there. But what we're gonna do, we're just gonna pop out that toe tapper right now. Here we go. Hope y'all can hear it. Yes, indeed, folks. There you go. There you have it. On the air with VA3EWV Friday evening AllStar EchoLink Net. Yes, indeed. So I'm going to finish Springtime Bounce. I'm going to go have some supper. Then I'm going to come in here and fix it up. That way, when we do it next time, it'll be more like this. Let me see here. Preview. Here we go. See? I have some. It's got some buffering issues, but it'll have the words coming up on the screen like that. That's what'll be happening when I get it. So this is on the cloud right now. That's why it sounds like that. My computer crashed, but everything's cloud based. So since it's not on the computer, it's sounding like that. But you get the deal. When we hit it up next week, it's going to have everything in here with the words on it. And that's going to be that. So until then, folks, 7-3 for now from Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor with your Friday evening All-Star Echo Link Net. 7-3.